Now you must know that a town mouse once upon a time went to visit his cousin in the country. He was rough and ready, this cousin. He loved his town friend and made him heartily welcome. Beans and bacon, cheese and bread were all he had to offer, but he offered them freely. The town mouse rather turned up his long nose at this country fare and said, "I cannot understand, cousin, how you can put up with such poor food as this. But of course you cannot expect anything better in the country. Come, you and me, I will show you how to live. When you have been in a town a week, you'll wonder how you could ever stood country life." No sooner than done, the two mice set off for town and arrived at the town mouse residence late at night. "You'll want some refreshments after our long journey," said polite town mouse, and took his friend to the grand dining room. There they found remains of a fine feast, and the two mice were eating jellies and cakes and all that were nice. Suddenly, they heard a growling and barking. "What is that?" said the country mouse. "It's only the dogs of the house," answered the other. "Only," said the country mouse. "I do not like that music at my dinner." Just at that moment, the door flew open and two huge dogs ran in, and the two mice had to scamper down and run off. "Goodbye, cousin," said country mouse. "What, going so soon?" said the other. "Yes," he replied.
Better beans and bacon and peas than cakes and ale and beer.
Good job. The wind and the sun were disputing which was stronger. Suddenly, they saw a traveler coming down the road. And the sun said, "I see a way to decide our dispute. Whichever of us can cause the traveler to take off his cloak shall be regarded as stronger. You begin." So the sun retired behind a cloud, and the wind began to blow as hard as it could upon the traveler. But the harder he blew, the more closely the traveler wrapped their cloak around her, till at last the wind had to give up in despair. Then the sun came out and shone in all her glory upon the traveler, who soon found it too hot to wear her cloak.
Kindness has more effect than severity.
Once upon a time, there was a lion asleep. A little mouse began running up and down him, and soon woke the lion, who placed her huge paw upon him and opened her big jaws as if to swallow the mouse. "Pardon, O king," cried the mouse. "Forgive me this time. I shall never forget it. Who knows what a way I may be able to do for you sometime in the future." The lion was so tickled at the idea of the mouse being able to help him that he lifted the paw and let him go. Sometime after, the lion was caught in a trap, and the hunters who desired to carry him alive to the king tied him to a tree while they went in search of a wagon. Just then the mouse happened to pass by, and seeing the sad plight in which the lion was, went up to him and gnawed away at the ropes that bound the king of the beasts. "Was I not right?" said the mouse.
Little friends may prove great friends.
A great conflict was about to come off between the birds and the beasts. When the two armies were collected together, the bat hesitated which one to join. The bird passed her perch. "Come with us," said. "But I am a beast," said the bat. Later, some beasts were passing underneath her and looked up and said, "Come with us." But she said, "I am a bird." Luckily, at the last moment, peace was made and no battle took place. So the bat came down to the birds and wished to join in their rejoicings, but they all turned against her and flew away. He then went to the beast, but as soon he had to retreat or else they would have torn her to pieces. "Ah," said the bat, "I see now."
children have no friends.
In a field one summer's day, a grasshopper was hopping about, chirping and singing to his heart's content. An ant passed by, bearing along a great toil of an ear of corn he was taking to the nest. "Why not come and chat with me," said the grasshopper, "instead of toiling and moiling in that way?" "I am helping lay food for the winter," said the ant, "and I recommend you do the same." "Why bother about winter," said the grasshopper, "we have plenty of food at the present." But the ant went on its way and continued to toil. When the winter came, the grasshopper had no food and found itself dying of hunger, while it saw the ants distributing everyday corn and grain from the stores they collected in the summer. The grasshopper then knew